Hey everyone! Have you ever wanted to create a custom widget for your website, but you couldn't quite figure out the HTML part of it? These custom widgets are really great because you'd be able to add sections to parts of your website that the already existing widgets in your WordPress widget area can't do. But the thing is, they're called custom for a reason. These custom widgets are created using HTML code, and you might not want to learn how to write HTML, or you don't have time to learn it because it's simply not your thing. And I personally don't recommend people to learn HTML or any coding for that matter if it's not their interest and if it's not in their background, because it'll simply take from their time and they're not going to be able to do as much of the things that they really love to do and that they're really good at. And for that reason, I'm creating this video to show you how you can create a custom widget for your website without knowing any single line of HTML code. And it's very, very easy to implement. So as you can see here, I have my website with a list of blog posts on the left and my sidebar widget area on the right. I'm going to show you how to create this custom widget and place it in the sidebar of your website. So I'm going to be putting it at the top here because I want my audience to check out the freebie that I'm offering and download it from the sidebar. So when they're scrolling down through my blog, this sidebar is going to attract their attention and they'll be able to download my freebie. You can use this widget to attract your audience's attention to anything at all. It might be a freebie, it might be purchasing an ebook, signing up for your newsletter, registering for your course, anything at all. This custom widget will give you the opportunity and the ability to expand and create more ways to attract your audience's attention. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to log into our WordPress account. And once you're logged in, you're going to be on your dashboard. We are going to create a new page. So click on Pages, Add New. Don't worry about giving this page any title or saving it or publishing it or anything, because we're not going to be using it on our site, but we're just using the WordPress editor of the page in order to create our widget and then put it in our sidebar. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to hover over the first block and we are going to add a heading. So I want my widget area to have a heading, some description text, an image, and a button. Your widget can have anything at all. All you have to do is just plan it out and figure out what kind of blocks you want to add on the page when you're creating it. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to type my heading, and you can choose the heading that you want. You can format it the way that you want. And now I'm going to center it. So in the right side over here, I'm going to click the Align Text Center. And then I am going to add a new block by clicking on these three dots and inserting after. And then I'm going to click this plus icon in order to add a paragraph. And in here, I'm going to type a little description about my freebie. You can also format this text using this toolbar up here. I'm going to center it as well. And next I'm going to be adding an image. So I'm going to click on these three dots again and insert after. And I'm going to click this icon and I'm going to add an image. So you can now add your image either by uploading it from your computer or from your media library if you already have it in there. So I already have it there. I'm going to click on Media Library. And I'm going to choose the image that I want. I'm going to select it and insert it. So first thing, I'm going to center it. And as you can see here, it's a large image, but don't worry about that. When you are putting this widget in the sidebar has a specific width and the image is going to automatically resize to fit that width. So I'm going to leave the size just as it is. And then I am going to add my final block, which is the button. So click on this icon and I'm going to add the button. So first thing, I'm going to center the button. I'm going to give it a text and I'm going to give it a URL. So you can click this button over here to apply it. Whatever you want your audience to do, whether to register your course, to download your freebie, sign up, anything at all, be sure to put the URL of the button over here so that they'll be able to go there. And next thing, I'm going to style my button. So I'm going to come to the right over here and I'm going to click on styles. You can choose one of these styles. I'm going to choose the squared one, and I'm going to also change the color. You can choose whatever color of background you want from the presets over here, or you can click on custom color if you have your own brand colors. I'm going to choose black because it's not already in the presets up here, and I'm going to choose the text color to be white. Okay, so now we have our widget elements ready. I just wanted to mention one thing. When you're adding a new block, if you hover over it, you might see a shortcut over here. These are the ones that you use the most, and you can choose them directly from the shortcuts. But if you can't find the one that you want, you click on this icon over here, and you'll be able to search all of the block elements that are available and add the one that you want to use in your widget, because you might not want a button or an image or any of the elements that I added. So feel free to add the ones that you want and that are specific for the purpose of your widget. So now what we're going to do is we are going to convert all of these blocks to HTML code, and then we're going to copy the code onto a separate document so that we can have them all in one place, and then we're going to copy all of them at once and create our widget. So in order to convert them to HTML, we're going to click on each block, we're going to click the three dots, and we're going to click Edit as HTML. So do this for all of your blocks by clicking on them, clicking the three dots, and clicking Edit as HTML. Now you can see all of them are converted to HTML. Now I'm going to copy them all and paste them into a document. Now we have all the HTML code that we want pasted in one place. I pasted them in a Google document. You can paste them wherever you want. And now we're going to copy them all, and we're going to go to the widgets page on our website. In order to go there, you have to go to Appearance and Widgets. As you can see here, there are a number of available widgets on WordPress. So now that we're on the widgets page, we are going to choose a custom HTML widget. So I'm going to add the custom HTML to the primary sidebar on my website, add widget, and now it's added to the primary sidebar. And I'm going to paste the code that we copied right over here. Okay, so you don't have to give it a title, and don't forget to click save. And now we are going to drag it to the top of the sidebar because that's where we want it to be in order to catch their eye immediately when they are on our website. So now we want to check out the appearance of the widget. So we're going to go to our website and we're going to refresh the page. Okay, perfect. As you can see, now we have this widget over here. This is our heading, this is the description text and the image and the button. And you can notice here that the image is resized to fit the width of the sidebar, which is perfect. And if they click on the button, they'll be able to download this freebie or whatever other purpose or call to action you have for them in this widget. So this is very simple. As you can see, you didn't have to write any single line of HTML code. You didn't have to know HTML at all. The way that I showed you how to do it, just exactly the same as you're creating a page on your website, and then the only difference is that you convert the elements and the blocks of the page into HTML code with a click of a button. You copied them and created your very own custom widget for your website.